Apologies for starting a tad late. It was just due to technical issues beyond our control. Russia reopens embassy in Burkina Faso, closed in 1992. Kano police arrest 9 for buying children. Abia government signs 567.2 billion naira 2024 budget into law. Federal government fines British American Tobacco $110 million, drops criminal charges. Plus, Sun leads South Korea squad ready to win Asian Cup. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express and Global TV, live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Jumai Manson. Now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu has called for more collaborative efforts between federal councils and traditional rulers in spreading developments across the country. He said that the successful execution of plans was already being seen, with changes that would transform the economy through financial and re-engineering of the country. Tinubu spoke during a reception held yesterday in his honor by the government and people of Lagos State at the Lagos House Marina. He said the reach of the councils and the powers of traditional rulers in the society will be harmonized to provide the needed infrastructure and socio-economic development to people at the grassroots. According to him, the council can complement the various efforts at ending poverty and terrorism through provision of education, increasing enrollment through the school feeding program, as well as making quality primary health care accessible to the people. The president therefore pledged to work with the National Assembly in ensuring that constitutional roles are given to the traditional rulers and also independence of the council. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC Federal Capital Territory Command has arrested 82 suspected vandals and 22 illegal miners from August till date. The FCT commandant of the NSCDC, Olushola Odumosu, gave the figures during an interview with the News Agency of Nigeria on Thursday in Abuja. Odumosu said that 20 suspects were arrested in connection with manhole cover theft and vandalism of critical national assets and infrastructure. He said the 5 suspects were arrested in September for alleged vandalism of electrical cables, 14 for alleged vandalism of other public property, and 2 others for alleged television theft. The commandant said that the other suspects include 28 persons nabbed by alleged railway vandalism and destruction of other critical national assets. The Office of the Special Central Bank of Nigeria investigator has rejected a request by the chairman of the Titan Trust Bank Limited, Babatunde Lemu, for rescheduling the December 28, 2023 meeting with investigators to January 7th. The investigator warned that the failure of Lemu and other major shareholders of TTB to attend today's meeting will lead to forfeiture of their shareholding and interest in Titan Trust Bank and Union Bank of Nigeria PLC. This was contained in a letter to the TTB chairman dated December 27, 2023, and signed by the head of Operations Office of the Special Investigator, Eloho Akpaziapo, a Deputy Commissioner of Police. The letter was in response to a letter from Lemu's lawyer seeking a shift of today's meeting until January. Over now to Abia State Governor Alex Oti has signed 2024 appropriation bill of 567.2 billion naira, recently passed by the State House of Assembly into law. While signing the bill on Thursday, Oti said the 2024 budget will move Abia from its current level of underdevelopment to development. He noted that the budget ratio of 84% for capital expenditure and 16% of recurrent was not a mistake, but deliberate plan to accelerate the growth of Abia's economy within a short space of time. The governor maintained that every money borrowed to finance the budget will be channeled to capital expenditure, adding that the budget is expected to excite foreign and local investments, spur large-scale and medium businesses, secure the state and prepare Abia for the next level of development. Over now to the Kano State Police Command has arrested 9 suspects who specialize in interstate trafficking, abduction, buying and selling of minors. The State Commissioner of Police, Usaini Gumel, disclosed this while parading the suspects at the Bampal Command headquarters on Thursday. He explained that the suspects were apprehended after conducting several intelligence-led operations through which the long-time cycle of interstate trafficking syndicates hibernating around Kano, Bauchi, Gombe, Lagos, Delta, Anambra and Imo states were identified and dismantled. According to Gumel, 7 victims, who are mostly minors, were rescued from the suspects. The chairman of the Police Service Commission, Solomon Arase, has called for a total overhaul of the police contributory system in the country. This is as Arase called for urgent measures to differentiate the special constabulary from regular police officers. Arase, retired Inspector General of Police, made the call in a statement issued on Thursday by the Commissioner's spokesperson, Ikechukwu Ani. He said there should be a clear identification of their operations, including uniforms and rule of engagement. According to RSA, the Police Service Commission is no longer comfortable with the organization and operations of Special Police Constabulary nationwide. You're watching the News Express live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When News Express returns, Russia reopens embassy in Burkina Faso, closed in 1992. The news continues shortly with details of these and more stories right after this break. Please stay tuned. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Global Television bringing you live broadcasts of the News Express. Thank you for staying with us. And now on our foreign decks, the Israeli embassy in South Korea has removed a video showing an imaginary scenario in which Koreans are attacked by mass assailants in soil. A reference to Hamas's foreign ministry said Thursday. The video, which is no longer available on the embassy's social media, depicted a distressing scenario in which South Korean women in the capital are abducted by an armed assailant on Christmas Day and forcefully separated from their young daughter. The Israeli embassy wrote alongside the removed video posted on its Facebook account on Tuesday. On October 7th, Israel was attacked by Hamas terrorists. 1,200 men, women and children were killed, and over 240 people were taken hostage in Gaza. More than 40 people were feared dead when a tanker truck exploded after crashing in central Liberia, the country's chief medical officer said on Wednesday. The tanker carrying gasoline crashed and tipped into a ditch along a road in Totota. After 130 kilometers from the capital, Monrovia, Dr. Francis Katash said it was difficult to determine the number of victims because some had been reduced to ashes, but he estimated that more than 40 people were killed in the accident. Police earlier put the death toll at 15 and said at least 30 people were injured as locals gathered at the scene. Britain on Thursday lifted some costly obstacles placed on school trips, post-Bitrex, but only for students from France, as campaigners called for all EU countries to benefit. The U-turn follows talks earlier this year over the issue between Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and French President Emmanuel Macron. French and EU nationals at schools in France who cross the channel for a language learning holiday will now need to carry only a simple identity card, as it was the case before the UK formally departed the European Union in 2021. While EU nationals attending French schools will still need a passport to enter the UK on a language learning holiday, London has scrapped the need for those to have a visa costing €115. British Educational Travel Association, which has seen demand for school trips tumble since Pretext described Thursday's change as positive step ahead, while urging the UK government to expand them for the entire European Union. Russia and U.S. space agencies have agreed to keep working together to deliver crews to the International Space Station, ISS, until at least 2025, Russia Corporation Roscosmos said Thursday. The space sector, including its so-called cross flights that involved sending crews from different nationalities on one spacecraft, is a rare area of cooperation remaining between Moscow and Washington since Russia sent troops to Ukraine. It also aims to guarantee the presence of at least one representative to Roscosmos on the Russian segment and the presence of at least one representative of NASA on the American segment. Russia said in April that it planned to use the International Space Station until 2028, an apparent reversal of an earlier announcement to quit the orbiting laboratory until 2024. Russia on Thursday reopened its embassy in Burkina Faso after a gap of nearly 32 years. The West African nation's government and a Russian diplomat said the mission was closed in 1992. The Russian ambassador to Ivory Coast, Alexis Saltykov, said Russia President Vladimir Putin will name the new envoy. The Burkinabe Foreign Ministry confirmed this in a statement. Saltykov said this would head the mission in Burkina Faso until the new ambassador is named, and described Burkina Faso as an old partner with whom he has solid and friendly ties. Burkina Faso last year experienced a military coup, both triggered in part by discontentment at the failure to stem a raging jihadist insurgency. Over now on our business decks, the federal government, through the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, has fined British American Tobacco (BAT) and its affiliate companies $110 million. This is for alleged infringement of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Act, National Tobacco Control Act, and sundry illegal instruments. The FCCPC said on Wednesday in a statement. In addition, the Commission said BAT must subject itself to compliance and monitoring for a period of 24 months, mandatory public health and tobacco control advocacy, and provisions of written assurances to the Commission. The Nigerian stock market resumed trading on Wednesday after Christmas holidays with a loss of 139.34 billion naira due to profit taking. The Nigerian Exchange Limited All-Share Index and market capitalization both declined by 0.34%, moving down from preceding days 74,023.27 points and 40,507 trillion naira respectively to 73,768.64 points and 40.367 trillion naira. The NGX as a year-to-date return was at 43.94%, while the total volume traded advanced by 2.27% to close at 432.91 million naira, valued at 12.94 billion naira and traded in 8,901 deals. At the close of trading, the market recorded 38 gainers, 21 losers, and 61 unchanged. Nigerian companies entered the final quarter of the year with a cash reserve of 2.3 trillion naira, the largest cash balance in recent history. This data was compiled by over 30 of the largest companies listed on the Nigerian Exchange over the calendar year from January to December. The data excludes commercial banks and insurance companies whose business models allow them to receive cash on behalf of the customers. The cash balance of the companies under consideration represents a 27% increase from the 1.8 trillion naira reported as cash and cash equivalent at the end of 2022. These companies reported total revenues of 8.05 trillion naira in the period under review. The cash balances underscore the liquidity of Nigerian companies in the year fraught with macroeconomic challenges and subsequent monetary policies tightening. Moreover, this year, the economy recorded its highest money supply in history, surpassing 66 trillion naira by the end of September 2023. Asian stocks were trading largely high on Thursday, with Hong Kong dealing the gains as investors worked on expectations the U.S. Federal Reserve will cut rates next year. Global markets have been on the front foot since the Federal most recent meeting, with a signal its rate hike cycle could be nearing an end as global inflation slows. The Japanese exchange's performance was also harmed by the fact that the right to claim dividends for many shares has now expired. Driving down the overall market, Hong Kong and Seoul led regional gains across Asia, with the Hang Seng closing more than 2.5% up. Over now to sports. Tottenham Hotspur's Son Heung-min, Jordan and Birmingham in the first round. As we end the News Express, let's take a quick look at some of our top stories again. Russia has reopened the embassy in Burkina Faso, closed in 1992. Kano police has arrested 9 for buying children. Abia government has signed 567.2 billion naira 2024 budget into law. Federal government fined British American Tobacco $110 million, drops criminal charges. We also told you Son leads South Korea squad ready to win Asian Cup. And that's it on News Express, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. See you again.